Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for Thursday, November the 17th. We're on a weekly chart here, and in the bigger picture here for the weekly chart, there's one camp that's got wave A here and wave B here, and we're going down for wave C here in 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and when we finish, we'll move back up at that point. And that's all possible, and really it's quite a nice, in terms of A waves, when we're looking at markets, when the market moves up, it's normally the A wave that comes down quite sharply, because obviously the volume gets lower up the top here, and you get overlapping wave structures, and you get all that toppiness in here, and no buyers come in, and then it sort of drops down a bit and takes out a whole lot of stops, and value buyers come in, and then nobody else has got the balls to come in, and the same thing sort of repeats. But the A wave is normally sharp, it's like sharp. The B wave can be simple or complex, but the thing I want to talk about is C wave is on normally more of an angle. So when we look at the angles here of this here to this over here, it's not, I'll put it there at the moment, but I don't think it's finished, but you can see that this is sharper here and this is more lazy here, a bit like me. So the question is, I still like the fact that the whole market could be like this as well here. All of this is a top, and this is just the A wave here and a B wave. But I do this because I always look at the worst situation first and then hope for the best. But we'll work on this as it goes up here. We'll be able to figure it out, not in the beginningness of it all, but sort of halfway through we'll be able to recognize what we've got, a bullish move to take us further up, or a bigger winter to go through. The question, however, at the moment, though, is when do hodlers start to re-hodl? And there's 2 camps on that. There's one that we can put wave 4 over here, and we can put wave 5 here. But for me, it just doesn't have the right look and feel about it, to be honest, because look at the size of wave 1 here compared to the wave 5 here. It just doesn't sort of add up, does it? I know wave 5 can be shorter, because it's kind of looking for an end, a low, and there's normally, a whole series of events or, fundamentals and stories to come into it. But at the moment, we're not in a blissful state. I mean, it's perfect to buy when, as a banker would say, buy when there's blood on the street. But I don't think there's been enough blood spilt yet. We've seen BlockFi probably filing for bankruptcy, and there's probably some other skeletons to drop out of the cupboard, and so on and so on. So the thing is that if I look at this, I still think we've got further to go down, right? But I've got no evidence of that. The only evidence I've got is that when I start to read the volume, and I'll go to the CME futures, and we can have a look at on the spot market. So if you want to understand how to read volume, you can do that on our website, and it'll show you how to do that like a musician reads the score of music. It's bar for bar. So like for here, for example, coming up to this top here, you need, for a trend to be a trend to the upside, you need increasing volume on each bar. So we get increasing volume on this bar over this one. But this one here doesn't give us, it closes higher, but it closes higher on lower volume. So that's almost divergence at that point. And obviously, this market falling out of bed, it's on higher volume here. And then we're seeing this week here, which is Thursday, I'm in Australia, so this is Thursday for us opening up. We're nearly at the end of the week, and for this to be bullish here, we don't even have even more volume than this bar here. Do you know what I mean? It's so I need to see increasing volume. So I can let wave 1 go. Wave 1 doesn't have to be on high volume, but all I'm saying is we'll keep an eye on the volume, because if we don't see any increasing volume here, then if this is going to go up on lower volume, then it's a sign of weakness, basically. And we can look at that here on the spot market with Bitmap here as well. So that increasing volume here and lower volume, bit better here on the spot market, and this moving up through here. So to me, there's no hard evidence of anything happening here just yet. Now, I expect the price to move up further, because we're always looking for, you know, 40, 50, 60% Fibonacci kind of relationship thing happening. So there, yeah. So I'm just going to go to the daily chart now and just sort of shoot the breeze on this a little bit. So yeah, we've got two situations happening here. One is that we've got wave 3 over here, which has never really changed. Wave 4 here, and we have made a new low below here. So for wave 5, all you need is either a nice 5-wave structure to come down, and a nice 5-wave structure can actually be shorter than wave you know, 4 coming down. It could be truncated, you know, but yeah, I don't go into a truncated wave lightly, because to do it just out of the blue is a little bit risque. So the question is do we have this as a blue wave A here, a blue wave B over to either this low or this way? You can go WXYs with all of this, of course. I'm not really sort of going to get into that at the moment, but and wave 4 here. So we can have an ABC for wave 4 here, be a WXY, and then have wave 5 down here. We've got the low in place, and that's wave C there, and that's the end of it. So we would need to be thinking, we would need to see impulses to the way to the upside here. Now, you know, when we get a move like this, sure, we can look for, you know, the retracement. So that's the 50-60% retracement. So what we could say, if the market found support in this area, then it's probably bullish. I would probably go a little bit further and say I would want to see a nice tested support on 20 before I call a low in. I know that's a long way from the black stump, but you know, we need, if you're going to call a low in after, you know, a few years coming down, you want to be pretty sure about it. So I'm not seeing enough volume come in here to tell me that this is a wave 5 of C. I'm a little bit more inclined to, that needs to sit on 13 here as a major trading level. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. Fibonacci sequence as price ratio. So I think this is all doable down here, you know. I think that I think our wave 1 down to here, and then our wave 2 back to here in blue. So as we've drawn out before here as 1 and 2 back here, and then I think 3 is down here somewhere, and then 4, and then 5 at that point. I think that's where it was sort of a bit better looking at that point, you know. And this move here from the top here, this move down here, does count in 5 waves. So we had that as wave 1, and we're looking for a rally to come back into, you know, check the supply. All these open and closes through here will end up being at the 61.8%, and they'll all match up. So that's, yeah, it'll try to get up there. May not get all the way up there, but we'll take a closer look at that too. But in a nutshell, from wave 2 here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So an impulse wave for wave 3, and then wave 4 here. Don't worry about where I draw the prices over here. I'm just guessing. So we could end up down here further for this. But of course, we'd want to see the tech sector roll over from this point as well. The S&P 500 and so on. We'd want to see further downside on all of that. So look, is there a low in here? It's possible, right? But all I'm saying is I don't have any evidence just yet. I'd need to see I'd need to see 5 waves up like that. And I'm not saying that's impossible, it's all doable, but I'm thinking that will come up to here and then we'll come down again at that point as 3, 4 and 5 in here. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't have any evidence for either of them except the volume at this point, you know. And also the look and the feel, like having this as wave 4 here and wave 5 here. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a bit of a, it's a bit like yeah, it's a bit like buying hope, isn't it? A girl putting on lipstick or something. So I don't know. Let's see. But anyway, look, let's go in and look at this little area here where we were yesterday, and so I'm open. I don't mind what happens. I mean, I've got Bitcoin myself. I want to buy some more. You know, I think I've spent 150 on Australian dollars or something like that. And if it gets down at 10, I'll be buying another 150. And the more I hear people saying Bitcoin's finished for good, the more I'll be buying. So yeah, look, we can count 5 waves down here as 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. We've been over that. It's a nice 5-wave structure. And then we're looking for an A wave and a B wave and then a C wave up here. So it's developing, isn't it? It's just it just hasn't got enough confidence to get itself up there, but it'll be like 3, 4, 5 here, something like this for the 3rd wave, the 4th wave and the 5th wave, and then down for 1 here, and then back for 2, and then down at that point. It'll be something like that, you know. This will be wave 3 here, 4 there, sorry. Wait. So it'll be a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 3rd, 4th and 5th. And yeah, so basically from here, the A wave, the B wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got to be a little bit careful because wave 2 is normally simple and sharp. And there's normally a relationship between this length and this length to a point. I mean, you can have a 61.8% length, or you can do stuff like this here to find targets, which is a little bit higher. But like I said, I wouldn't turn bullish unless I had this big, fat, juicy number as the support for all of this. And I'd want to see a good 5 waves up. And the other thing too that I mentioned last time we spoke is that, you know, we can look at this here as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. Not a very nice 5th wave. And in fact, on Ethereum, it didn't even make a new high here. So you don't have 5 waves up on Ethereum at that point. So yeah, so there you go. So I'm still sort of on the bearish side of things, and we'll just see how we go with this. But that's as much as I know at this point. So also too, as I mentioned last time as well, it's taken a long time because I'm just going to bring the S&P up, but I couldn't bring the NASI up or anything, but they're all the indices the same. But basically we've been looking for a move up here. We've been looking from all over here, which is like, you know, last Friday. So we've spent like a week across here, you know. So this hasn't moved up as well, but I think that it's sort of, you know, finishing up here shortly and should push up in well, at least Friday and Monday it should push up. Thursday might have a little bit more of a downside, but Friday and Monday to the upside. So this move here that comes up here, it can be wave 1 up here or wave 2, you know, be more bullish, but it can get to this point here and then collapse at that point as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave at this point, and then come down from that point. So this is quite a, you know, important area here, and you know, Bitcoin will come out of the wash on the same side as the rest of these, you know, stocks and indices and all of that. So anyway, I can't call this long or short just yet either. I need to get more evidence, but simply counting 5 waves up here for that. It is possible to have a top in here, by the way, and sort of squash all this up here, but you know, I don't like forcing anything, and you know, so I'll just leave it like that. And besides, this little move down the top here is not 5 waves. It's not 5 waves. It's more like 3 waves. And you can see this sort of lazy C wave coming in here compared to the sharp wave A, that kind of thing. But anyway, so I think why the S&P, when the S&P is ready to push up, we're going to see, and the NASI and all that, we'll see all this push up as well. So look, it could turn bullish. We could, you know, we could label this wave 1 here, and you know, wave 2 here for this. You know, we can look at it. We should look at it in both ways and try to understand both. You know, we don't want to marry one side. We just want to have affairs with both. You know, because it'll be more open, and we'll be able to see what we're doing better. So I'm not encouraging that, of course, but you get my message. You don't want to get attachment to an opinion. You know, it's not based on any facts. Sometimes when you know things, then it's okay. Like in this case here, this makes 5 waves here. That's good. But the thing is, this could be. Look, if I look at this too, if I was going to go long, I think to myself, well, what about being short? Well, that looks like 5 waves here. So can I put that there as wave 1? And can I look at that as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave for wave 2? Is that possible? You know, and then look at this down here as down here coming down as wave 1 here. Is that possible? What is that? How does that count look like, you know? So this is what you need to do. You need to have a look at the other side. So it looks like an A and a B and a C at this point. So it looks like we're on the right track. But if it comes up here a little bit further, then I can take away this being wave 2 up there and this being wave 1. So because if you look at both sides, you've got a bit of reasoning and deduction at that stage, you know? So that's what I mean. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.